go ahead and get started, and we'll get started with prayer. Cooper, would you mind leading us in prayer?
Not at all. Inside. Lord, thank you for giving us all a great day again, keeping everybody safe getting here in this storm. Lord, please give us a good lesson tonight that will help us to learn something. Thank you for the opportunity to learn. Please help the service tonight, the singing and the preaching, and everything that goes on. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Okay, so how did everybody do with last week's lesson? Been practicing it? Did good? Any words you're stumped on from last week? Do you feel like we covered them enough? I mean, I'm trying to repeat over and over and over. You feel like that's... I mean, I know you're not retaining all of it because it takes a while, but remember what I said. Think about how many words you know now compared to 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. A lot that you already know. Enough to communicate if you need to. Okay? All right. We can go over last week's at the end, maybe, but I'm going to try turning the podium this way so you can see me better. And I don't want you to look at me, I'm just saying, my hands. I did need to tell you too that I try to wear dark colors. When you're signing, you're actually supposed to wear black. If you'll notice, if you see any signers on TV, any interpreters, they have black on, and a lot of times they'll put on a cape. If you're a professional interpreter and you're going like up here to the courtroom to sign for somebody, then you're supposed to have black on, because also you're not supposed to have jewelry, and you're not supposed to have painted nails. So yeah, you're not supposed to have any jewelry off. When we were signing at Georgetown, all of us girls would take our bracelets, our watches, and our rings off and lay them aside till we finish, because it distracts the deaf. And if you have on multicolors, it distracts because you can't see the fingers that well. And I realize I've been standing behind this podium a lot, even with this recording. I didn't realize that, this video, and that I've been kind of back here and you couldn't see that well. So I'm going to try to change that tonight. So, all right.
Practice silences.
Many, many times. Last week. Practice. Yes. Good. Okay. If you've got the paper, does anybody not have a paper? Okay. You pass that back over. Cheers. Okay. The first word is smile. You're smiling. Okay, and if you don't smile with this sign, finish. Okay, smile. Okay, laugh. You're laughing. You're laughing. Okay? Cry. You may see this, but cry. Remember, sad is, cry is, you can do cry anyway. I mean, you can come down like this, or you can come down straight, but you're crying. Okay? Proud. Okay? Proud comes up from the stomach up. You're proud. Or pride. Proud. Okay? Stuck up. Okay? Stuck up. I've seen it several different ways. This is how we learned it. Pushing the nose up. Stuck up. Arrogant. Stuck up. You're stuck up. Or some people do it this way. Stuck up. So you'll see it many different ways. Come on in, ladies. Rain. Well, 2 hands. I didn't. Okay? Feel comes from the heart. With your middle finger, you feel. Okay? Your feelings, or you feel something. I feel sick. Feel. It says, how do you feel today? Feel. Okay, attitude. All right. This 2 ways to do attitude. You could do attitude, or you can twist it and come up. You can do this or this. We pray for whoever needs that. Or attitude. You have bad attitude.
How's that?
Bad. Bad attitude. Or attitude. You can twist it. I like to twist it. It's a little extra. Yeah, if you've got a real attitude, you put the body language in there. We like the attitude. Oh, sorry. Okay, anxious. Anxious can be also kind of like nervous or anxious. Or I've seen anxious like this. Some of the deaf go like this. Okay, another way of doing anxious is like you're fidgety, you're wiggling around your chair, you're anxious. You're anxious. Now, if you're sitting down and you're anxious, you can't be still, I almost did railroad tracks. Anxious. Or, depends on the situation. If you're sitting in a chair and you're really anxious, then it's this one. Okay, or I'm very anxious to eat that. Okay, right. You are right.
Is that not the same thing as like your sister or your?
It's
The same.
sister right. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. You are right. Okay. Wrong. Wrong. Right hand. Wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. Wrong. Right. Wrong. Okay. Lazy. Okay. Your L. Put it over your shoulder. Lazy. Lazy. Okay. The next one is boring. Okay, boring. Don't confuse this with picking your nose. Boring. This is boring. Or I'm bored. Sometimes they'll twist it twice, like boring or bored. Bored. Okay, so it's kind of a fun sign, especially for young people. Okay, upset. Put your hand on your stomach and you flip it out. Upset. Why? Because you are.
Lazy.
Okay, nervous. Pretty well known sign. Nervous. Sick. Your middle fingers on your head and your stomach. Sick. I feel sick. Okay? Sick.
Just that one though.
Okay. And where'd Brittany go? I was trying to help her out with these signs a little bit. Okay, hurt or pain. 2 ways to do that. Hurt, you can twist it, or you can go like this. Hurt, or where do you hurt? If your head hurts, you go up here. If your tummy hurts, where do you hurt? Show me. Hurt. Okay? Tired. Jump out of this background, please. Oh, never mind. She's coming out. I'm going to meet halfway.
You have one more?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Anybody else didn't get it? Okay? Tired. Okay, now, don't get this confused because this is animal. Animal. Tired animal. And this is vacation. Your thumbs, vacation.
Vacation. We just came off of vacation.
Are you tired?
So now you're.
Yes, we are.
Okay, sleep or sleepy. Sleep. take it and come down with your eyes going to sleep because I'm,
I think you put your head.
or I'm sleepy. Sleepy. Throw up, we've covered that. You can use that how dramatic you need to. Depends on the situation. The last virus my family had, bad. Medicine, take your left hand, or if you're right-handed, your middle finger, medicine. Got it? Nurse, oh, no, doctor, I'm sorry, your D hand on your wrist, and you can leave your palm open, your hand open, or close it, it doesn't matter. This is your doctor. We use this with Joshua. Joshua, we will use, like, he goes to Dr. F, and he goes to Dr. B, and he goes to Dr. I can't remember the other one right off. There's several of them, but we put the first initial so he can identify which one we're talking to. And then nurse is your N, nurse. It's your N on your wrist. Nurse. Okay, emergency. It's your E, you shake it. Emergency. Okay. The immunization or a shot, just give yourself a shot. Or if it's a shot in the hip or a shot in the leg, it's a shot. Okay. There is one of the deaf men that was at our previous church back in Asheville. He graduated from one school and he was in his 50s, and he used the sign for Coke. If you ask him what he wanted to drink, he wouldn't say Coke. He would do this. Okay, this is the sign for cocaine. And he would go, no. He'd go, I want Coke. I said, C-O-K-E. He'd go, Coke. And that is the original sign for cocaine. But that is what he adapted to. So, yeah. Anyway, you're getting shot. Okay, any questions?
Are you collapsing your hand when you do that?
I'm shooting the needle in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? I'm going to go down through them, see how many you remember. Smile. Laugh. Got a ha ha. Cry. Okay. Proud. 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 You got to kind of give that look when you're proud. Proud. Depends on how proud. I'm proud of you, or I am proud. Not a good thing. Okay. Stuck up. Stuck up. Feel. Attitude. Remember the attitude? There's two ways. You got it? Attitude or attitude. Attitude. I almost flipped it again. Attitude or attitude. Again, the emphasis. This is a good one with emphasis. Okay, anxious. Two ways to do anxious. Okay, or right. You are right. Okay, right. It's your wrong. Lazy. Boring or bored. Boring. Upset. Okay, the next one, nervous. Everybody should get this one. Or, oh, we didn't back up to that, anxious up there, the second one. Antsy, anxious. Okay, sick. Hurt. Hurt, or head hurts, stomach hurts, or I hurt. You can point this way. Hurt. Okay? Tired. Sleepy or sleep. Throw up. Medicine.
Really got it.
Good. Medicine. And doctor. Nurse. Emergency. Or you can say the EMS, emergency. Okay, and immunization or shot. Okay. Okay, now, the days of the week. When we first started out, we were signing the days of the week, because this is how we started out learning it, but that's been several years ago. But most everybody now turns the days, we were turning them out, okay? Now they're turning them in, which really is a little hard for me to understand, because the deaf person, and maybe you could tell me, do they do this? Have you watched them sign the days of the week down there?
Well, like, this would be Friday.
Friday, right. Whereas we were doing Friday this way.
No, they doing this one.
Right. So I'm not sure, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're standing or how you're standing. But Monday is your M. Monday. Tuesday is your T. Wednesday is your W. Thursday. Okay, Thursday I've seen TH, or you can just do Thursday. Okay, you can do Thursday or just Thursday. Okay, Friday is your F. Saturday is your S, which is pretty easy because it's just your letters of your alphabet. And then Sunday. Sunday school. I like white because it makes me cute. And we learn about Jesus. Okay, let's do that again. Monday, your M. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty easy. Anybody have any questions about those at all? Yep. No, oh, I thought you were saying yes. All right. Okay. Good deal. Okay, I'm going to sign sentences and see if you can tell me what I'm saying. Okay.
Mom, Dad,
Loves you.
going,
Go. Remember, we're not signing every exact word.
Yeah.
go, church, together,
Well, this is with.
with,
Together is if you do this.
together.
Me.
I just did a full sentence and most of y'all got it. not on our list. This is which. Okay, so some of these I may cover trying to just do the sentences. So just wanted to make sure. I know we talked about it, or maybe, this is maybe, which, okay? Okay, now the other one is,
Sister.
Said.
Said.
Come. To my.
Doctor.
In the future.
in the future. Okay, just learned a new word, it's not on your list, in the future. This is not the Braves, okay? And though we like the Braves. Yes? Yes. Any haters?
We don't care.
Don't matter, don't care. Okay?
Nervous.
Anxious.
Stand. Good job.
Sing. Church, in church.
What did I just say in English?
You're nervous to stand and sing in church.
Right, but I did not sign every word.
Yeah,
Okay, but you got the point.
yeah.
And that's what the deaf do. They get the point of what you're trying to say. Okay? Let's do this one. Okay?
Tuesday. I'm gonna be.
Get sick, what'd you say?
Well, pain on my stomach.
Stomach?
In the
In the past.
Yes.
Stomach hurt? Last Tuesday.
Pass.
Last Tuesday.
Okay, let me get the other paper. I'm gonna go back on these other ones.
My.
My husband.
Husband.
That's right. Love.
Love.
To go.
To go.
To gain.
Together with.
In the future.
In the future.
If I would love to go to
I just gave you this one.
Braves.
Braves game.
Dang, Braves
Braves
game.
No.
No.
This is Brave. This is the,
Future.
you don't watch the Braves, do you?
She doesn't care.
She don't care. I don't get that. Don't care. I don't get that channel. Okay.
Old.
Man.
Man.
Sit.
Uh,
Down. Sit down.
with. You.
You.
Y'all are doing great.
Thank you.
You know these.
Please.
Oh, please.
Sing. Sing at church.
Please sing in church.
Sunday.
Good job. Good job.
Why? You. Angry. Man. Angry.
Remember?
Yep.
Angry.
Angry.
Or mad.
Mad.
This is angry. Comes up. It's boiling up inside of you. Okay?
You.
You.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hurt.
Hurt. Me.
My feelings.
Are you sorry you hurt me?
My feelings. My
Yes.
feelings.
No. Maybe.
Maybe.
See, I see.
This
I
is
don't
don't know.
I don't know.
So I'm trying to, we're never gonna get to all the words, I mean, there's a bazillion words. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to insert a few in that maybe you'll remember during the sentence time. Okay? Now we're gonna go back to lesson 2. Did anybody bring their papers?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I just, if you have your lesson 2, you can cheat, but Okay. Okay.
Stop.
Stop.
No.
No, this is stop.
Your.
Yours.
Grandmother.
Coming. Coming.
Coming.
Is your grandmother coming?
To mine.
My.
Do you want this one in?
House.
What is it? Home.
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 This is home.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, this is home, this is house.
Okay.
Difference.
Home.
You can do house this way or house this way. This is home.
Home.
Home, this is the one we use all the time. Home. Okay? Remember what I said a while ago with this was?
Home.
Yesterday,
My.
Preacher.
do y'all know this one? Adea, do you know this one? You got it. Well, almost. Anna? Visit?
Visit.
My. Sister. No, sister. In the
What
hospital.
is it? Hospital.
Hospital.
Draw your H. Hospital
Okay.
on your arm. Hospital. Okay. All right.
Stop.
Stop.
Arguing. With. Your. Brother. Now.
Now. Okay.
Thank you. For coming.
Giving.
Giving. Me. Your attention.
Attention or focus. Pay attention. Okay. Let's see.
My. Children.
Children.
Eat.
Eat. Home.
At home.
Eat at home.
Yesterday at home.
At home. Eat at home.
Home. Okay. Y'all are doing really, really good. Okay. Okay. Let's do the alphabet. You ready?
Yeah.
How many know it? Know it. I mean, not fast, but know it.
Yeah.
Know it.
No, most of them.
Okay. All right. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Anybody do it backwards? If you can say it backwards, we will sign it backwards. Anybody sign it backwards? Okay. All right. Any volunteers, just stand up and give me your name in sign language. Okay. She did that very fast. Good. Okay. Any other takers? Okay. Good. Oh, wow, that was fast. Very good. Okay. Anybody else? Your name? My name is. Good deal. She had an easy one. She's got double letters.
What is S and H?
S H. Mhm. S H. 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 Good. First time. Yay.
Some people use, like, a lot of people in the deaf community use symbols, don't they, instead of spelling it out every time.
Oh, they have name signs.
They do. They have name signs. Like some people have the name signs like, well, like Joshua, he is Cooper, K. His is Cooper. Like Leah is L. This was given to us years ago when Joshua was born. You know, Anna. She had a little angel kiss when she was born, so we give her that sign. Angel. You kind of sometimes do pertaining to them if you can come up with something personal. Just like we had a young man in our church, and he was one of my boys' friends, and he stayed at my house all the time, and he picked the guitar, so this became his sign on his arm. The T, Tommy. So he was the guitar picker. And then Jonathan, I was given to when he was young by the lady that was coming to the house helping. Was Jonathan. And Matthew, him. So I leave out one, got 6 kids. Bethany.
She smiles all the time.
Bethany, yeah. So, yeah, it just depends. And of course, mom and dad, and all of the family. All right, somebody else stand up and do your name, okay? Stand up and. A-N?
R-A-R.
A-R.
A-Y-A.
Oh, very good. A-R-A.
Y-A.
Okay, that's not easy.
Yeah, 3
That
A's.
is not easy. A-R-A-Y-A.
It is for me because I've been doing it a while.
There are some things you'll finger spell that'll drive you crazy. Try finger spelling her name. It's one down that just kind of cramps my hand. Yeah, it's a beautiful name. Okay, anybody else? It's been in the class for 4 weeks. Come on, ladies. Come on, y'all can do it. It's just us. Look, all these kids want to do it.
All the kids can do it.
Okay, turn around where everybody can see you. She's very good. She's been practicing.
I don't know what she said.
Any men? Any guys? No takers? Okay, come and spell your name. Abigail. Very good. Very good. These kids are showing us up. You girls. Don't know? Did you forget? This is forget or forgot. Use this a lot. It's gone from the memory. Forgot. Nobody else? Okay.
Yeah.
She was brave. Very brave. Okay, let's go over our numbers. A. Okay, has everybody got that? Okay, now I was it last week we were talking about the numbers, how they flip them out at the School for the Deaf. They're shaking them.
Yeah,
The- Yeah,
6,
6,
17,
17.
18, 19.
right. You'll see this also. 16, 17, 18, 19. So it just depends. It just depends on the area and where you are of how that's going to be signed. Has anyone met anyone that was deaf since we started the class. I know Brittany has, and she was able to talk to her a little bit, and she actually said that it calmed this lady, right? And now you even know more, and it's amazing how, I mean, you can imagine if you can't communicate, how frustrating that
There's
is.
a guy that comes to argue that is like that. He's deaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how have y'all been communicating?
I haven't been going in a while, so.
See all that?
I don't know who he is, but I will find him and be like, hello, sir. No, that way.
Okay, so do you have that this week?
No, ours is the end of the month.
Okay.
So good, it'll give me time to practice.
Right, right. Good. If you see a deaf person, don't be afraid, because I understand it's nervous. They're people. They're people like you and me. There's nothing wrong with them. You know, everybody gets this thing in their head that there's something different. Their ears just don't work. You know, and back when we were in Asheville at Georgetown, one of the little boys asked his mom, he said, why can't Joshua hear? And she said, well, you know, his ears just don't work. And he looked at his mom and said, well, can we not get some batteries and put that in? And I thought, that is so cute. It's out of the mind of a child. You know, that's true. In his mind, all we had to do was open him up, stick some batteries in, we're good to go. But just because you're deaf does not change that you need Jesus.
Amen.
Okay, I am going to read you something before we go that was handed to me. Brother Ken gave it to me, and I hope I left it in here. He handed this to me Sunday night, and it is from David Snyder. Is anybody familiar? Okay.
Lives here in Marion.
Don't know. BIMI? I don't know. It's called The President's Perspective. Okay, let me read you what it says. An elderly deaf lady who grew up Catholic was recently told by a relative that she should look for a Baptist church, so she decided to do so. However, she lives in a very small town up the mountain, and there are no Baptist churches there. She decided to search online for a Baptist church when she came across our deaf church. She began watching our live services and reached out to me. I video called her and we talked for some time. She had many questions, and I had the opportunity to answer those questions and present the plan of salvation. She mentioned, why has nobody told me this before? It is sad to realize that many people are religious and go to church faithfully but are spiritually blind. She trusted Christ during that call and has not missed an online service since. She lives 5 hours away from our church and said she wants to come visit us on an upcoming church anniversary. She reaches out to me regularly with questions and is growing in the Lord. I just wish there were more laborers in the harvest who could start a deaf church in her area. And I thought that would be a blessing. Again, remember the first class that we ever did, I told you that the deaf only know what? What someone takes the time to tell them. Again, we pick up conversation everywhere we go. If you walk in the grocery store, you're going to pick up conversation. Okay? If you are deaf and you're lost and you're out and you don't even have a church, how would anyone ever know about Jesus? And we have the means to do it if we know just a little bit of sign. And I've got some literature at home that I'm going to bring and set up, and we're going to take one class where you can just kind of look at this literature. And I have a movie that I would love to show. I'm not sure how we can do it. I don't know if we can divide it up into classes or maybe just pick a night and everybody come out and we'll just kind of fellowship and maybe eat and watch this movie. It's an older movie, but I really think it would touch your heart. It does mine. And of course I do have a heart for the deaf, obviously, because I have a deaf child. But we need men and guys in the deaf ministries. There's not enough in the deaf ministries. And I pray that through this little bit of effort that God can use me just to spark something in someone's heart to minister to the deaf. There's such a need, such a huge need. And I don't know, does anyone know if there's a church here in McDowell County that has a deaf ministry? Does anybody know? I've not heard of one that, the deaf can even come to. And maybe even through this YouTube, maybe the Lord will bring someone in, and I can promise you that my efforts are feeble. I do not know near what I need to know. But I pray that somewhere down the road or in the past that God has used my feeble efforts to make a difference in a deaf person's life and to just change their day just by being kind or just caring about them. And as Brittany said, just her doing a little bit of sign language put a relief on this woman's face, because the frustration, so you can imagine the fear of going in for some kind of medical test and not being able to communicate, not knowing what's going to happen. And so it's very important that if God burdens your heart, just pursue it. There's so much out there, so many ways to be used. And, that was not the way the Lord led us. Obviously, I was in the ministry with my husband, and, I was raising a family when I had a deaf child, and we've literally been working at this for years and years. We have not even began to even touch. I mean, if you see the interpreters on TV, especially the Weather Channel, I'm like, what are you saying? I mean, they go so fast. Every now and then I can get a word. There's so many things. But God may call you to be a deaf pastor, to be a deaf missionary, or even just work in the school systems with deaf. That's a need.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
there is a huge need for that. Even in the deaf school and in the public school, there are children, and I don't know who in McDowell County, but I know there are kids that are in public school that's just deaf. They have to have a one-on-one with them.
We have lots that have implants.
Right.
Lots that still go to regular school, but they still struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
And sign language is a huge part of communication in a deaf person's life. And so I pray that through these classes somehow the Lord will use someone down the road. I would love to hear down the road that God used, just put a little bit of spark and plant that seed here during our classes to change somebody's life, maybe through witnessing, just teaching children, deaf children, a Bible study. I mean, there's just so much out there, and you don't have to be great at it. You just gotta put it out there, and God will use you. Believe me, I know, because I am a wreck when it comes. I get all tore up ask the ladies that used to sign with me at Georgetown. If people come in that I didn't know, I would be like, "You're signing today." I'm not. You're signing. You're signing. I did. Maybe one time. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming. I know it's an effort to get here on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. I know that's not easy. Everybody's working, school, everything going on. But thank you so much for just taking the time and having that interest in learning. And I pray that God will just touch somebody's heart down the road to use it in an area